All right, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about what I call the rule of 45. I don't know if that's what everybody calls it. I don't know if there's people who also put this into play out there. This may look familiar to you. It may be totally new to you. But here's the basic premise of the rule of 45. If you've got one guy here, let's say you've got two guys down here. From the defender's perspective, if you can keep both of these guys within a 45-degree arc of yourself, you are at an advantage for a couple of reasons. Is one, it's way easier for you to see these guys. If you keep them at a 45, you can see both of them at the same time. The second advantage is you're not looking back and forth and losing track of them. Is you can track both of them with your eyes, and also you can shoot at both of them close to each other, around the same area. So as an attacker, the rule of 45 is get wide. So you can build an advantage for yourself and for your team if you are, instead of at 45-degree angles, you're at a 90-degree angle. So now this is going to do a couple things for you. One is his cover is more than likely not going to be able to protect him from shots coming from two different angles, from a 90 or 180-degree angle. Most cover is not going to protect him from that. The second is that he's going to have a really hard time tracking both of you. If you're this wide, he's going to have to swing his gun back and forth and back and forth. More than likely, he's going to lose track of at least one of you, and it's going to build an advantage for yourself. So that's the basic rule of 45, is if you're attacking and you're in a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2 situation, get wide, build the angles at your advantage. As a defender, you can use the rule of 45 to try to keep these guys in front of you. That should be the first step for you, is to keep these guys in front of you. So if you can keep them at a 45-degree angle, hopefully you have some backup coming from somewhere else. Keep these guys at a 45. It's easier to track them, it's easier to shoot them, and hopefully you can take one of them out. So now let's talk about the practical application. So in this game, it's going to be Kelton and Jared and me versus Lewis and Jaron. And there's kind of a river coming down this way here. So what ends up happening is Lewis goes to the north, and Jaron ends up crossing the river and coming down to here. So our game plan from the get-go was kind of to see what they're doing and then react. So Kelton ends up going wide so that he can engage Lewis. Jared gets a really good position in the middle so that he can kind of see the whole field. He can both help Kelton and he can help me with Jaron. What I do is I come to here, I cross the river, I find some pretty good cover. I can see Jaron coming down. So now me and Jared are at about 45, 50-degree angle from each other. So it's not optimal for us being able to take Jaron out. So what I need to do is I need to get even wider. The reason being that I need to move is that Jared's already in a good spot. He's already got some good angles, he's got some good cover, it's a good center spot, so he doesn't need to move. He's good. What I do is I kick out even wider. So now I'm out to here. So now let's see how this plays out.
Go! I did it! Yeah.
So as you can see from the video, we did a lot of things right. We had our positioning right. We were wide. This is definitely greater than greater than a 45 degree angle. We're about 90 degrees or so. We're getting Jaron from a couple of different spots. We had a lot of advantages. What we didn't do is what I call KYP, know your personnel. So I did not have an advantage against Jaron one-on-one at close quarters. He had the advantage. I was shooting my MG100 first strike mag fed. So I only had at any one point 10 points in the chamber, or 10 balls in the chamber. He had an E-Tech 5, high rates of fire, a lot of ammo. So close range, I was definitely at a disadvantage here. And Jaron turned that to his advantage by being super aggressive, charging me, taking me out. He did a really good job. So he basically turned this 2-on-1 and instead was aggressive enough that he turned it into a 1-on-1 where he had the gunfighting advantage. So me and Jared did the positioning right, but as far as the gunfight, I lost the gunfight because I put myself at a disadvantage. What we should have done from the get-go is we should have done the opposite. So I should have gone here because I have the range advantage, I have the accuracy advantage over anyone out here. Kelton should have gone here because a Kelton-Jared versus Jaron matchup is a lot better because Kelton and Jared both had high rates of fire, even close range, mid-range. They're both a good matchup on Jaron. So that's what we should have done. So we did some things right, we did some things wrong, but as far as the rule of 45 goes, we did it right. We just lost our gunfights. We lost this particular battle. But that's kind of how it works. I hope that's helpful to you guys. I hope this is interesting. If you liked it, please leave a comment. Tell me what you thought. I'd also like to hear about what you guys would like to see. If you have maybe some battle tactics that you use and that you found effective, let me know. Comment or shoot me a message. Let's talk. And I'm going to be trying to do a whole series of videos on this, some small game tactics, some big game tactics. And hopefully this is interesting to you guys. Thanks again for watching, and keep an eye out for more videos. Thanks.